guys, welcome to Conversations with Kiki, with your girl Kiki. Today's episode, I'm going to talk about head wraps. This is something special for one of my best friends in the whole wide world who I consider a sister. Her name is Mia, and she's an amazing poet. If you check her social media, which I'll link down below, it'll showcase a lot of her poetry, her photography. She's a very gifted woman, and I admire her all the way, all day. I tell her all the time. I admire her strength, I admire her courage, I admire everything. Definitely check out her poetry, and this one is for her. She's always asked me about my head wraps and when and where did I learn to do it. I actually learned on my own pre-Google. I just figured out a way how to tie them up, and they just looked nice, and then I realized that other people were doing it. But head wraps are not just an accessory. Do your research on them. Look at Google. Head wraps are worn as a signal of status. It can be wealth. It could be, you're getting married, and it also signifies ethnicity and things like that. So what tribe you're from, where you're located, and all things like that. It's different factors on what a head wrap is. So I would definitely say Google it. Get your knowledge out of it, because it's such a fascinating read. Different places have different names for it. Unfortunately, most people and kids today think of head wraps and they think of slavery, and they think of I don't want to say the racist terms of America, but because we're still in them, but they think of Aunt Jemima or black mammies, and it's that's not where head wraps originated from. It's a terrible stereotype. It's not where head wraps originated from, because I hear kids say, and even when I was a child, if you wore a head wrap, it was oh, look at you with your Aunt Jemima ass, and it's that is so not funny. Now that I think about it as an adult, it's not funny at all, because it has nothing to do with Aunt Jemima. It is all about, our ancestors wore these back in our native country. Yes, they wore them here as a protective style, working in the sun, and sharecroppers. I have pictures of my great grandparents. I don't want to bring the whole thing out because I was looking down. I was oh, I can lift it up. But I have a picture of my great grandmother. I think great grandmother. She had her head wrap on, and she was a sharecropper. Her and my grandfather, my great grandfather, and you can see it was wrapped, and she twirled it to the side, and it was just because she was out in the sun all damn day. So it saddens me that people equate it to what we see here, which is black mammies and Aunt Jemima and oh, I'm in the South picking cotton, things like that. No, there's definitely traditional uses for them, as many people know. Not just Africa wears head wraps. There's plenty of other countries that wear head wraps as well. And again, I implore you, go out, check it out, read it. Come hit me back. I think in one country it's called a doku. Oh God, forgive me. I know I'm messing that up. I cannot say what it's called in Nigeria. My friend taught me the word, but I can't think of it. Sorry. But I digress. So I'm knocking stuff over. So I do head wraps. Today I have on a headband, and I don't want to really take it off because I actually have somewhere to go later. And so I'm going to bring out, one is not my really favorite, so this one. This is a big boy. It's pretty long, and it's wide. This one I use for when I want to wrap my whole head. Back in the day when I had locks, I would fold it into three, maybe, or maybe in half. I can't remember. So that way I'd have the ponytail out and just wrap it and then do whatever to make it look nice. But I don't have locks anymore. You can see, boop, 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 little afro. So I normally don't fold these in half because I either really just don't want to show my hair. So where I get these from, don't be fooled. You can go online and buy these, but people are charging $40 for this fabric, and it's sis, you know that you did not get that for $40. So if you live in Boston, or you have a friend or some kin that lives in Boston, there is a wonderful lady. She is in Cobden Square. She's across the street from Walgreens. So if you are from Boston, you're very familiar. I want to say that's Tropicals or Brothers, but she is across from there and next to the jewelry shop. or whatever, the laundromat, that's what I'm trying to say. She has wonderful head wraps. I think these are $20. You do get your bang for the buck, because I have a blue one that I had a long time from her, and it stood the test of time. That thing has been on like 7 cruises. I've lost it at one point. I wash them pretty consistently, so it's held up. My dog has gotten one of them because I wrap them in a ball, and sometimes I just take them off and the ball is still at the bottom, and he's like, oh, it's a toy, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna whoop your ass. So these are worth it. And then there's another lady, she's Nigerian too, and she's in Square One Mall, but I'm not sure if she's still there, so I don't want to send you on a wild goose chase. I just know you got a friend or some kin that lives in Dorchester or Boston, Massachusetts. Ask him. This lady's amazing, and I think she'll make some for you if you have a pattern that you see and she like doesn't have these already. Plus, I used to use these to hold Jaden. That's my son when he was a baby. My mom actually taught me how to do the wraps. We would call it a snuggly, but like wrap him up and like throw it across. I used to be terrified to do it, but once I learned how to do it and not drop him, I would walk around the house with him strapped to my back when I would do dishes, because sometimes he liked to be really close to me, or I'd be watching TV and have him up in that mofo. And I feel like these are worth a lot more than that damn snuggly, because I remember one day Jaden was in a snuggly and he had a little bruise here because I didn't know that he was laying to the side, and you won't get it from this, and these are $20. And as long as you wrap it the right way, please don't be out here dropping y'all babies, please. So I'm gonna start because I know y'all tired of me talking about dumb shit, but so can you see, right? I'm gonna plop that mofo on. You can't see me. I'm gonna grab my tooth, and then I'm gonna make sure that I'm getting up underneath. So now, you see what I'm doing? And then I'm gonna twist. Don't worry about this tuft right here. I'm just gonna twist. I don't know if you can see. And then nice and tight. And so then, see? And I'm going to take my hand, and I'm just going to make sure there's like a little hole there, and boop. See? It's not bad, trust me. I'm trying not to fuck my makeup up. Or my hair, which I can feel that I'm doing, but, you know, it is what it is. That's the big one. So then I have one that is smaller. Let's see if I can compare them. This is like half of my big boy. See, I can keep going. It fell, but you get the gist, right? This one is my favorite one in the whole wide world. I wear this with damn near everything. So this one, I could wear it as a full because I have a small head and I have no hair. But let's say you want a headband. These ones are the best. So what I do is I fold, and you can do a half. Now again, because my hair is so short, I actually have to fold it one more time. And see, I make it nice and thin. Sorry, I might be out of camera. Well, it's going to be out of camera. So then I take it, and then I rest it on the back, and then I just, if I had hair out, I would just kind of like scoop up, make sure. Same thing, see? And then you can tie it. I always say when you first begin, tie it, right? Nice. So that way you know where you're at. Now we're going to do the twist shit again, right? So twist, 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 twist. And then nice and tight. And so then I'm going to take my fingers. The reason why I'm taking my fingers like that, you need space to push this through, this little piece. And you don't want it to look crazy. You will figure that part out. And then see? And you can still hear my hair. Shit, I might wear this later. And that's it. And I don't tie it tight because at the end of the day, I don't want to get a headache. These things will give you a headache. I love these things. This one, I didn't pay $20. This one was, to be honest, I don't know how I got this one. I didn't pay for this one. Someone gave this to me, and shout out to them because someone gave this to me. So I want to say it was my mom. I don't really remember. Damn, I got my fucking my hair up. So again, this is so easy. You'll probably have to rewind it, but you just want to make sure it's nice and wide. And then you loop it over and like this. Now I'm going to show you if you tie it, right? I don't really like to tie this one because the tuft right there, but I'll do it for y'all. It should automatically pick the tuft up, right? And then same thing. And then when I wrap it over, my hand is there, and then I loop it under, and boom. Alright? So, I'm trying not to rip my other one off. Now, some hair care stuff, advice. When you wear those, right, make sure you have a silk cap on under. I would never, I mean, if you're just running somewhere, cool, but if you're going to be out all day and be just running out through town, make sure you have a silk cap under, because if your hair's not really moisturized and you wear one of these, it's just suck the moisture out of it. You can actually buy them lined like that, but again, it's not worth your money. If your ass knows how to sew, just go in and buy some silk lining. You can literally buy it from Joann's, or you can buy it from Michael's, and then mark off where you know it's going to touch your hair. So like, I know it's going to touch my hair from here, so from here to about down here, and I know it's going to touch my forehead. I can actually show you where it touched my forehead because I got makeup on it. And I got to go in and make sure I touch on my makeup. So make sure that you put something silk on. You don't have to go out here and buy it. If it's more convenient for you, by all means, and you got the ducats, go get it. But if you don't, if you're like me, a thrifty shopper, I have 2.5 kids, and I don't have time for all that, what I do is I sew it into the liner, and then I make them. I don't have one that I can show you that I did sew it into, because eventually I sewed it shitty and it fell apart. But what I also did was I bought a silk cap. I can't remember where I got it from, and I know that sucks, but I'll link it once I remember. But check Amazon, just write in, this is how I found it. It sounds terrible. Silk stocking caps for black women. That's exactly how I typed it in. I went through all of them. I found the one that was with the best reviews, and that was the one that I chose as the product that I wanted. So I would say do that, call it a day, and then boo-hoo kadoo. But it was nice talking with you guys. Just something short and sweet. Today, I had a lot. I had to take the day off of work. I had to take my son to the dentist. Then I had to take my car to the dealer. I have to go back to the dealer because my car is still saying that it needs maintenance. I don't know why, and they had my car for an hour. And then he has another appointment. He has a doctor's appointment. I try to schedule everything in one day, but... And then I gotta come and clean my lovely house. Who wants to do it for me? But again, make sure you check out my homegirl's link. Her name is Nia. I call her the poetress. She's amazing. Amazing. She's the next best thing that is about to come out. Like, she's about to blow up. She's amazing. Hopefully she'll put up times when she does like some poetry slams. And she's an amazing person. Check out her poetry. Her book's coming soon. I will definitely link that the second it drops. I also want to give a big shout out to one of my sisters from another mister, and I know I'm going to say this terrible, but I'm going to link it down below. One of my great friends, she does cakes, and so I know people have asked me in the past about that. I will link her stuff down below too. All of this is in all love and all peace. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and peace.